Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome. We are live. I hope everyone is having a good day. Anyone have anything particular to share with the stream? Something special happened today? Anything, or not, doesn't have to be special, just anything completely normal is also okay, obviously. My fiance is here today. She's sitting over there on the couch looking at me with romantic eyes. Okay, no, she's not, apparently. She really doesn't want you guys to know that she's doing that. And she is reading a book. She's reading a book on weddings because we are in the process of planning our wedding, for those who did not know. And it's a book that... how could I say that? It encourages you to kind of like break tradition in a way. To kind of like, you know, like they kind of book that encourages you to just be, you know, like do a wedding that reflects yourself, that reflects you, your values, what you want. And if like you don't have to fall into the pattern of, you know, like the wedding industry and like needing particular things and wanting particular colors and all that stuff. It's just like, dude, you do you, man. Break the traditions. There's something that resonates with you, do it. It's your day, it's your wedding, it's your celebration, you know. So it's we're excited to read that. They give us like tips into like particular things to consider with respect to, I saw a page, we turned to a page that was like you know, like with respect to like wedding bands or something like that, like in terms of like music, you know, like hirees and whatnot. And anyway, so I landed on a page that talked about that. So we're pretty excited to get to that material together and figure it out, you know. So it's exciting times. As for today for the stream, today we're going to be we're going to be continuing our fishing journey. We're not done yet. We're at 225 out of 300, which is I would say it's kind of a slow process. It's kind of, I didn't know how long it would take. I think it's taking more time than I would have anticipated to level like a profession from 0 to 300. Like for some reason the 0 to 75 went so quickly that I thought that the rest would just flow super nicely. And it kind of like, it started like, you know, it took a lot more time to get the skills. It took about like, you know, 4 or 5 clicks on the fishing pole to be able to get one skill. So it's kind of like stalling a little bit. It kind of hit a little plateau. But we got our 225, and now the next step of the process is we have to actually do quests. So the next step is, I forgot to reduce the volume of the music. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that's better. So, yeah, it's like in Classic WoW, when you reach 225 in cooking and fishing, you actually can't continue further just by buying skill. You need to do a quest to unlock the expert level. It's similar with first aid actually as well. I haven't leveled my first aid at, like, it's stuck at 150 because I use all the cloth from my tailoring, but you know, whatever. But yeah, so today that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tackle these quests. I don't know if we'll be able to finish all of them tonight. I know the one for cooking, I already have everything that I need, so that's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be a problem there. But with the fishing quest might take a little longer because we have to fish rare fishes in particular area. So it's going to take a while to travel to these areas, but I don't know what's like the drop rate of the fish. I don't know if it's going to take a few clicks or it's going to take a lot of clicks to be able to get the fish. So I guess, you know, we're gonna find out all together at the same time. So let's dive right into it. So I am currently in Stormwind. As you can see, let me just do a little sound check, make sure everything's all right. Okay, good. So the cooking quests, the way it works with the cooking quest, we have to speak to a goblin in Gadgetzan, and the goblin in Gadgetzan, he asks you to bring you like material to be able to cook. And when you bring him the material, then he's kind of like, okay, you're a good cook enough, you know where to get your fancy materials, and then I'm gonna allow you to go to cook to be an expert cook, to go all the way to 300 rating, 300 not rating, skills. And all of the ingredients are in my bag already. They're all here. So you need 12 giant egg. I have 13 in my bags, but it doesn't really matter. So you need 12 giant eggs, 10 zesty clam meat, and 20 Alterac Swiss cheese. So the way it works is that at some point I did level fishing. I did level, not fishing, I did level cooking, and never level fishing. At some point I did level cooking. And when I did, I was like, I remember that I needed particular reagents for that quest, but I didn't remember exactly what they were. So for some reason, I just remembered that giant egg were actually like an important thing. So you can collect giant eggs from mainly two places. It's from birds, obviously, but either from rock, R-O-C, rock in Tanaris. They're all over Tanaris. You can like go around and like, you know, kill a few of them and then see if you can like loot eggs from them. But there's also like the owl beasts in Hinterlands that are that can drop these giant eggs. So as I was doing my quest in Hinterlands and doing the quest for collecting rock stuff in Tanaris, I just decided to save them in my bank, like out of memory, literally out of memory, to just be like, I remember they're useful for something at some point. And I sent it to my alt character, and I did the same thing with pretty much anything related to cooking, because I knew that eventually I would want to cook them. I would... no, that's my baby. Yeah, like I cooked the so I the rest of most of the material that you needed for cooking, like I don't know, like, you know, crisp spider legs or kind of like this like wolf thing that like you loot like as you progress. Like I just kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna need to level cooking, so everything related to cooking that I had an idea that it could be helpful at some point, I just sent it to my alt. And now that it actually came in handy, because I do have everything already, just by the principle that I talked about. I have everything already prepared to like turn the quest for cooking, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't need to farm the material. I already have them in my bag. You can probably purchase them at the auction house. We're most likely not too expensive, to be honest. The Alterac, so the zesty clam meats is when I was questing in STV. So I was questing in STV, and you know, there's a quest that you have to kill the Naga, and from the Naga to loot the Acris Reed, I think is the name of the thing you have to loot from them. So you can loot the Acris Reed, but oftentimes they drop giant clams, and then you open the clams and you get a zesty clam meat and a chance to have a pearl. And the pearls are actually can sell very well because they're used for stuff like enchanting and like tailoring and leatherworking and stuff like that. So I just used to like, anytime I would get a clam, I would just open them, and instead of deleting them or putting them on the auction house, I would just send them to my alt. So all of these material, I got them literally just from leveling, thinking that they might be useful. So I send them to an alt to save them there, or I put it into my bank. And now that I need them, they're just coming in handy, and I don't have to farm them, which is really cool. The Alterac Swiss, I just bought them in Stormwind. I went, there's a Swiss, like there's a cheesery, like I think it's called like a cheesery place in Stormwind. And you just go there and buy like the Alterac cheese from the person that's there. It's like very easy. It's not expensive as well. But you can also, I collected, I didn't know then that I needed the Alterac Swiss, but if you go to when I did the quest for the Stratholme Holy Water in the quest that's in Light's Hope Chapel, it asks you to requires you to go to Stratholme, and then you need to open like crates, and then from the crates you need to collect 5 Stratholme Holy Water. And usually in these crates always give me a lot of Alterac cheese. Like sometimes there would be like 20 Alterac cheese just in like one crate. So if you don't want to like purchase them, you most likely will encounter them anyway as you're going to be leveling in Stratholme. But before that point, I don't know how much you'll be able to encounter them in the open world if you decide to level your cooking as you're leveling. Because you could get cooking all the way up to 300, so max level cooking, with a level 35 character. So if you want to level your cooking as you level and not like level to 60 and then level your cooking, then the strat home thing obviously wouldn't work, because you kind of need to be like at least 58 to be able to do strat home. So anyway, so this is where you get all the ingredients that you need to turn the quests, but we are lucky enough to have all of them already, just because I played the game before and kind of remembered that they could be useful. So yeah, so right now, what we're doing right now is we are on the flying path, as you can notice, but we are on the way to Terramore, because the next quest that we have to pick up for cooking is in Terramore. It's not in Terramore, it's in the Swallow Marsh. We have to go to Nat Pagel. And from memory, I remember that a lot of people say, like, when this kind of like these people make videos about, I don't know, like fun facts about classic WoW, or fun fact about WoW in general, or things you did not know about WoW, whatever. And Nat Pagel is like the name of someone who used to work at Blizzard, and then I think either they kind of like retired or they quit or something happened. I don't remember what it was, but they basically created the character in honor of that person, which was not called Nat Pagel. I think it was like Pat Nagel maybe, or you know, like it was just like flipping of a few letters, that thing. So I'm sure if you want to know more, just write like, you know, Nat Pagel fun facts, you know, like on YouTube or like whatever, and you'll definitely be able to find a video on that. But we're gonna go talk to this guy, and then we have to farm 4 fishes that are spread pretty much all over the world. But like the first place we're gonna stop is Feralus. So from Terramore we're gonna go to Feralus. Then from Feralus we're gonna go to Desolus, because the other fish is in Desolus. From Desolus we're gonna go to Booty Bay. And from Booty Bay, we're going to go to Swamp of Sorrows, which is where the last one are. So these are the 4 zones when the fishes are located. So this is our path and itinerary for the day. That is very interesting. Well, this will definitely hinder our progress. The Horde has monopolized the ship to cross across the continent. This is not good. We definitely don't like that. There's always been, I think I've actually tried it once, but there's always been a part of me that was kind of like, you know, interested in just crossing the sea by swimming, you know, instead of actually what's it called, instead of like crossing by boat. But I think you just, I know that you can't do it because of like fatigue and stuff, that your character dies before, like, you know, and just dies over and over again. But I think that there was a thing that I used to do, that it's like you go like on top of Tedrasil. So you go like on top of Tedrasil all the way here, and Tedrasil is like a place that's like really elevated. It's like ridiculously elevated. And then I would like sprint with like a sprint potion and cast slow fall on myself, or like levitate as a priest. And then I would just like glide my way through the air, like, damn, okay. Then we're lucky, chat. They definitely found us, that's for sure. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. It does follow marsh. We're definitely happy about that. And now if we can res before the boat leave, then we're gonna be fine. But I think we, it was, oh, my Dagus, welcome. Welcome. By the way, you have to tell me, how do you want me to pronounce your name? Do you want me to go my Dagus or my Dagus? Or how do you want me to pronounce your name? And by the way, thank you for the follow. I know that you followed while I was offline, but I would like to thank you. And if you want to be very, very cool, what you can do is, oh, and now you have Alfred. Damn. Midagus. Okay, I'll call you Midagus. That's good. And now we have Alfred that just joined. Thank you, Alfred. And just so both of you actually know, hey Alfred, how are you doing, buddy? So, by the way, en passant, Midagus c'est JC, puis Alfred c'est Joe. Fait que, allô les deux. Yep. Fun little fact here. I got ganked on the boat. Okay, you have to listen to this. The Horde has monopolized the boat between Theramore and Menital Harbor. So look at that. It's actually going to port me on the boat, and then I'm going to be stuck with them again. That's it. I'm out of here. Okay. I'm gonna go to Stormwind, and I'm gonna take the Booty Bay boat, because this is just not gonna happen. This is just not gonna happen. I give up. I'm not gonna beat 16 Alliance Horde characters on the boat, just sitting there waiting for me, and in the hopes of being able to kill me. Okay, so both of you that are in the chat right now, let me tell you what's going on. So what's going on right now is this stream is about a fishing journey. So we are leveling from 0 to 300 hour fishing. Yesterday's stream, we got all the way to 225. So we got all the way to 225 fishing and 225 cooking, because we leveled both at the same time. But right now in Classic WoW, the way it works to level fishing and cooking is when you reach 225, you need to do a quest to be able to continue. So you don't just go to the trainer and train and level up and like whatever, you actually need to do a quest. So what I was trying to do right there was get the quest that I needed, which is in Dustwallow Marsh. But I can't get to Dustwallow Marsh because the stupid boat fucks me up, you know? But I have to go all around, but yeah, so tonight's stream is going to be trying to finish the 4 quests if possible. I don't know how much is going to be possible, but we're going to try to be able to finish it tonight, and that way we can continue with the rest of the journey tomorrow night. Classic Hordes, I know, right? Man, honestly, God, dude, I'm not even kidding you, okay? Like, I leveled from level 1 to level 60 on this character, from level 1 to level 60, in all of the times that I was attacked by hordes, like every time that I was in the open world and like the horde initiated the attack, it happened to me 0 time. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It's actually, I made it a case to count. It happened 0 time that a horde attacked me when they were the same level as me, when I was full HP or full mana, when I was kind of like ready for like a really genuine like 1v1, it happened 0 time. And I probably died like, I don't know, 20 times when I was leveling by hordes. And every single time a horde attacked me, it's either because they were 3 versus 1 or 2 versus 1. Either because I just res and I had half mana and half life. Either because I didn't have any mana, or I already had a mob or 2 on me. Or every single time that they would be at a clear advantage is the only time hordes attack me. It never happened that I had a genuine 1v1 that was started by a horde. I had 2 genuine 1v1s in my entire 60 level of leveling, and it was because I started them. I know, ambush vanish, yeah, exactly. And actually, one of the class that, the 2 classes that went out of their way the most to be able to gank me were not even rogues. Of course, rogues are there, we all know. But it wasn't even rogues, it was warriors and druids. They were the 2 classes that went the most out of their way to attack me. And oftentimes you would always see that. You would have, like, for example, I would be leveling, and then you would have like I don't know, like a druid that would be leveling right next to me, and we would be doing your quests, minding our own business. Everything would be fine, there would be no problem. We would mind our own business, we didn't attack one another, everything was okay. And then randomly you had another class, like a mage, that would come in, and then they'd be like, oh, I didn't attack you for 20 minutes and everything was fine, but now that there's another horde, now I'm gonna attack you. I'm just like, dude, like, grow some balls, you know? That's what it's all about. It's about growing balls, you know? You agree? Yeah? I know, right? It's almost sad for them. I feel like, dude, you're not even confident enough in your own capacity to attack me on a 1v1. You have to only attack when you clear advantage. It's like... how low must your self-esteem be? Okay, we're actually getting a little mean here to the horde population, but you get what, they actually deserve it, so like, screw that, you know? Screw them. I was considering when TBC is gonna come out, I was considering like playing like another priest maybe or something like that, in case I want to, like, you know, change things around or like whatever. And I was kind of like, I want to, so the best class, literally like the most overpowered class in TBC, they probably think so. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I think if you would ask hordes, they would probably think the exact same thing. But yeah, in TBC, the most overpowered class is warlocks. Warlocks are #1 in PvE and like #1 in PvP. They're just absolutely insane in every aspect of the game. They're just too powerful in TBC. And so I was kind of like, oh, like, if I want to just do some random stuff with an alt or whatever, maybe I should level like a warlock, you know? It depends. For PvE, it's like a mix of Destro and something else, and Destro and Affliction, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, you'll have to double check. And hello. And but for what's it called? For Arena, it's like SL Warlock, so it's like all in Demonology. You go all the way to Soul Link, and then you switch to Affliction for the rest. It's a mix of Affliction and Demonology for PvP, and for PvE, it's like Shadow Bolt spec basically. It's, you just fucking spam Shadow Bolt is what you do. Oh, Enthusiastic Panda, you're back. Welcome, welcome. Another two people party. Thank you so much for the host once again. I really appreciate that. And by the way, Enthusiastic Panda, I tried to catch you live, but I wasn't able to. I wanted to do a thing where, like, you know, I wanted to follow you while you were live, So that way, like, I would, you would be able to, like, you know, see the animation and, like, have an interaction, whatever. But I never managed to catch you live. But, you know, thank you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I was speaking to Alfred, so you can see in the chat. You might have, if you just arrived, you can see in the chat. There's a person named Alfred, and Alfred is the. You know, last time when you were in the chat, I was talking to you that I did some arenas, like all the way to 2.4k rating in PvP, and I did it with Alfred. He's the elemental shaman that I did my my push 2.4k with. So he's in the chat today. And thank you. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Like, when's the next time you stream? Tell me when the next time you stream, and I'll try to do it while it's there. So yeah, for those who don't know, Enthusiastic Panda, he's been he's like for the second time coming here on stream, and 2 times he's been raiding me with a party of viewers, and he likes to do like a fishing stream. So he's fishing a really rare mount in retail. I think it's called, what's it called again? It's like the Ray something mount, and he's just fishing that. I'm wondering if you try to stream every day. Okay, from what time? And did you actually manage to catch a mount since last time we talked? The mount is like 0.3% chance drop. I mean, you have to be so dedicated to do that stuff. I will never be as dedicated as you are to the street, to fish all the time, to be able to hope to have a 0.3% mount. Man, that's another level of dedication.
Time is money, friend.
So yeah, Alfred, what I was saying is SL Warlock is the thing in PvP, and in PvE it's basically like they in PvP it's like in PvE, sorry, they're the best. They're very brutal, but it's a Shadow Bolt spam spec, so it's very not that crazy interesting in PvE. But today I reached the 5,000 tries and 0 mounts. Ooh. That panda. Megasht, are you? I'm confused. Are you Enthusiastic Panda that just changed your name, or are you a complete different person? If you are a complete different person, thank you very much for writing in the chat. And how are you doing? Are you also a WoW player? Yeah, that's fine. That's a lot of people. That's what they do, you know. Like even now, I like, so oftentimes when I stream, it's about like, you know, when I stream, it's about like, sorry, for some reason, like my other computer isn't plugged, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose the. Give me 1 second. I just gotta make sure that I have enough battery so that it doesn't shut down. Got it. We're all fixed. Yeah, most people that I know, when they watch streams or like whatever, it's like they just do something else and then they put the stream in the background. You know? Don't know if that's what everybody here is doing as well, but... You listen to the rumors about TVC Classic releasing in June 1st? No, I didn't. Like, tell me about it. I didn't hear that. I mean, June 1st? That's like next month. Like, they wouldn't be releasing next month without having released the pre-patch and stuff. That's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. When we'll have the mount, it's going to be hella satisfying. Oh my god, yeah. Could you imagine, like, 5,000 tries, 0 mounts, many, like, I don't know, like. And I think last time he was saying to me that on Enthusiastic Panda was telling me that his mounts, like that mount sells for about 100,000 gold on the auction house on his server, but on a more on a more populated server, it can go all the way to like $300,000, not dollars but gold. So that's like a shitload of catch you made all at once. But it's yeah, I know, that's exactly what I thought. Only 100k. Some people have some 50k plus tries and it won't drop, man. That's absolutely insane. I know that Medagus in I don't know if Medagus is still in the chat, but Medagus used to like to farm mounts a lot as well. He used to be a huge like farmer of like, you know, transmogs and mounts and all of that stuff. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that my bot actually does that. My bot just like reminds people to keep, you know, follow and like go on my YouTube. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. Alright, so we're trying to find Nat Pagel. Where is Nat Pagel? Dedication at its finest, yeah. I mean, listen, if I can be honest with you, we had quite the dedication, taking, you know, about 2 years and a half to be able to reach the, you know, to reach the level of rating, the rating of arena that we had. That's also a form of dedication, you know. We should be pretty proud of it. Maybe tomorrow I could drop them out. Honest to God, I really wish that you do. But like, are you looking for the mount to sell it, or are you trying to just have it for yourself? Because if you have it for yourself, man, I really wish the mount drops and you can just, you know, get rid of that thing. But if you're doing it just for gold, it means that, you know, whenever you have it, like, it's not done. You have to do it again, and, you know? Does anybody know on which island of these little things is Nat Pagel? I'm gonna try this one. Yeah, so to finish the story that I had earlier, is like, I'm trying to, I was considering like, okay, because, you know, in TBC Arena, you have to, you make a team, right? And you have a certain amount of people on your team that you play with. And if the people aren't showing up and they're not there, you just can't play. You have to make a different team and it resets your rating. So you need to constantly always be playing with the same people that are like on your team. So I was kind of like, what if I just want to play something else, or I want to play with, like, you know, viewers, or I want to do stuff like that? Then I would have like a character that'd be like a main that would push rating, and another one that'd be just like to chill kind of thing. And I was like, so yeah, so when thinking about that, I was like, I'm just gonna make like a second priest and just make it that way. And but then I was considering, I was like, should I make my second priest horde and just make it shadow? Because shadow priests are actually pretty good, and shadow priests are pretty good in TBC, and they're awesome. Shadow play is one of the best comp in TBC, and it's actually really, apparently it's like really cool to play because the synergy between shadow priests and warlocks are like absolutely insane. So you would anyway, so I was considering making it. I was like, should I make it horde? Because like the racial of the priest changes depending on your class, and the undead priests and the troll priests have like the best racial for PvP. So it's kind of like, you know, it's very tempting, very whatever. But then I was reminded how, as we were talking about earlier, I was reminded how horde players are just, you know, absolute piece of crap that just attack you when you're, you know, like at your lowest. And I was like, do I really want to be part of this faction? And then I just decided that I'm probably not gonna do it. So if I level another, if I do have another priest, it's also probably going to be another alliance priest. Yeah, it's like, but they've changed it before. So the way it worked in TBC, the way it worked is, let's say you had like an arena team of 3v3. So let's say you were doing 3v3. You had 3 people on your roster, and that's the people you were playing with. And if you wanted to change that, you needed to create you need to disband your team and restart another team that would start at, I think it would start at like 1500 rating. I'm not entirely sure. And you had to pay gold. Oh, there he is. There he is. At pay gold.
How are you? See you later.
So, but now they changed it in, apparently in, they changed it in in the release of Classic, because they don't release Classic as, that's one thing they committed to. They don't release Classic as a
Good day
what's
to
it
you.
called? Like, they don't release it as a like sorry, I have a kind of mentality that I always try to not forget most of the time. The first time is always the hardest. That's very true. It's also because, like, after that, once you have the mount once, so like you try to do your things, whatever, and then when you get the mount, you actually internalize the idea that it's possible, right? Before you get the mount once, it's just like depressing, because you keep like, will it ever happen? And then once you get it once, you're just like, dude, I actually see, like, it is possible, you know, like, I've had it once, so it can happen again. And it's probably easier to keep the motivation afterwards, right? At least that's the way I see it. Sorry, I'm just taking screenshots for the guide that I'm gonna be doing online. I want to make sure that people know where Nat Pagel is and like whatever. So what we need to do now is we need to go to. Do I need to just do it right now? Like, is this just like you just get up and go? Okay, no. So that's the quest. I didn't take it. That's why. So that's the quest that you need. Nat Pagel, Angler Extreme, and then it requires you to fish all of these 4 fishes that are rare fishes spread all over the world, and then you'll be able to have the higher level.
Safe travel.
So the first stop for us is going to be here in Feralus, in this little pond there. We're gonna go fish there first, but first we're gonna stop at Gadgetzan to turn our cooking quest. So let's start heading there. Well, probably after the first mount drop, I will drop 10, and maybe after that I could start some giveaways on stream. Ooh, hey, that's a good idea, man. That's a really good idea. I like that a lot. So sad that I'm not playing retail anymore. I could maybe pop in to, you know, get one or something, but like, I'd definitely like to see that happening. I think the giveaway's a great idea, actually. People are definitely in for that, especially for like rare mounts and stuff, you know. So yeah, what I was saying about the teams is like, in TBC you had like 3v3, you had 3 people, and then if you wanted to play with somebody else, you needed like to create a new team. But in the new TBC, the classic TBC, they don't make it like classic WoW. Classic WoW, they wanted to make it identical. So classic WoW would be identical to vanilla WoW. But in TBC, they're kind of like, we're actually going to make some changes. So we're not going to change a lot of things, but we're going to do some changes for TBC. And one of the things that they changed for TBC is the roster of your team can have double the amount of the bracket you're playing into. So if you're playing in 2v2, you can have 4 people on your roster. And if you're playing 3v3, you can have 6 people on your roster. So that way it allows you to have a broader like spectrum of people to play with without having to change your team all the time. But you still need to have, you know, like, it's not gonna be like modern WoW when you just like queue in LFG and just find random people and grow from there. You still need to have like 6 dedicated players that get together, that agrees to like form a team, and then you just rotate between them. So whoever gets to play at one time doesn't really matter. But at least it's a little more permissive, like you say. So that's pretty cool, I guess. You just need to be able to find 6, you know, people that are, you know, like, that are willing to kind of like grow with you and like learn and all of that stuff, which is not always an easy thing to do, you know, right now. Especially that now people are used to like retail arena. You know, like when you're used to retail arena, people are going to be used to just like queuing, winning, and if the person is just shit, they're going to be, fuck it, I leave and quit group and like not even say bye kind of thing, you know, whatever. So hopefully this kind of crowd is not going to be in TBC, because then it's going to get very complicated to form really decent groups of people. But yeah, at least that's that. Oh, and in you also have 5v5. You have 5v5 in TBC, which apparently is like pure chaos. But you actually get rating from 5v5, and you can get, you know, the rating for the gear and like whatever. And there's some classes like Elemental Shaman, or apparently Elemental Shaman are good in TBC and PvE, but apparently they're very trash in PvP. Enhancement is okay, but Elemental is not good in PvP, except in 5v5. Apparently in 5v5, an Elemental Shaman is actually really good. So it's kind of like a very niche thing to do. And if you want to just hang out for fun, like, you know, I'm considering, you know, like playing with viewers and stuff like that. Like, you can make a team of like 5v5. You can have 10 people on your roster and just do it for shits and giggles, you know. That's something I'm looking forward to, but... Enthusiastic Panda, what is the rarest mount that you have? Do you have like some of these like really rare mounts in your bags, or you're really just like going for that one specifically for the Ray mount? Oh, by the way, chat, today I got the first draft of a logo. So I've asked a like a graphic designer on like these websites like Fiverr and like whatever. I hired a graphic designer to do a logo for my stream and YouTube channel. So every time I'm gonna do a video, I'm gonna be streaming whatever, I'm gonna find a place to like put the logo, you know, so it's always there, like people can always see it and like whatever. And it's gonna be like my branding is gonna orbit around that logo. And today I got the first draft of the logo. So the way that person works is like you give them your idea, then they give you a first draft, and then you get like 3 revisions to be like, if you like it, like we move forward with it, and then you get to ask for 3 revisions, like, oh, could we change that? Could we change the font? Could we change that color? Make that bigger, whatever. So I got the first draft today, and now I was really happy. I think he did a really good job of encapsulating kind of like what I was trying to aim at with the logo. There's a few things that I think could be improved, but I've already sent it my recommendation, and he's probably gonna work on that in the like in the next few days. But in not too long, you'll be able to see an official logo of mine on stream and on my YouTube videos, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's like these kind of like really cool stuff, you know, like get my own branding and my own stuff and whatnot. So a month ago, I dropped the Invincible Rain. Oh my god, dude, you got Invincible. This is so freaking awesome. This is like, honest to god, like I farmed Invincible for so freaking long. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And now that you actually have it, oh god. Okay, I don't want this guy. Okay, I want to take a picture on my stream of this guy, but I don't want this guy to be in the way. So, go away. Let me die. And then, see, what wouldn't I do for the stream and for YouTube videos, you know? I'm literally letting myself die so that I can have content screenshot, you know? That's dedication right there. Man, honestly, congrats on Invincible's reigns. Like, I'm not shitting you. Like, I used to do a kind of like, you know, like a weekly run with my characters. I did it like on and off because I've been playing WoW on and off. I always like, as Alfred knows, I'm always like playing, then playing a lot, and then stopping, and then, you know, whatever, and then I come back again. So like when I do play, I tend to do the weekly runs to try to get Invincible, and I never did. I got the Ashes of Alar, which I'm really happy about, but Invincible never happened, man. So I'm quite jealous that you managed to get it. If there's one thing I would have liked to kind of like get in terms of mount in retail, it would definitely be Invincible for sure. Yeah, it's such a cool, and it's such an iconic mount. There's so much like story and stuff behind it and whatever. It's yeah. So I'm doing that thing for the so like the footage that we're doing for these videos for the fishing, you know, like context and like the journey, sorry, all the way to 300 is as we stop. So right now, for example, I'm gonna be like, okay, you have to go to this person and you need to talk to this person, and he's gonna give you the quest to do this and like whatever. So what I do is I always go behind it. I hide my UI like this, you know, I hide like all of my UI, and then what I do is I do /point, know, like this. So in the video, when people were gonna see the video, I take a screenshot of that, and every single step of the way that people need to stop to talk to someone and to buy a recipe from a vendor, you always see my dumbass dwarf with his pink shirt and his admiral hat behind. That's just like, it's this guy you need to purchase from this guy, you know. So it's try to make it a kind of like trademark kind of thing. My meta to make gold in TBC is fishing, and I discovered that you can drop a ring called the 2-ring droppable. Yes, and it's a I don't know if you know, but the 2-ring is a reference to Lord of the Ring as well.
Keep it real. Do I have a deal for you? Have a good one.
So we have 300 cooking right now. I already had all the material to turn that quest, so that's why it took like very quick. But yeah, it's like, because you know, in Lord of the Ring, the ring, they always call it the one ring, right? It's the one ring to govern them all. So in World of Warcraft, when they started and they were in TBC, they decided to make a ring and calling the 2-ring. And all of the stats, if you don't know what it is, all of the stats on the ring is just +2. Dude, yes, I am a Star Wars fan. I am like, yeah, I do. I'm not the ultimate Star Wars geek, but I know a lot about Star Wars, so.
Talk to me.
How are you? Keep your
All right, going to Feralus to fish now. Oh, I'm so stupid. Did I do what I think I did? Oh, okay, we're good. I thought that I leveled to 225, but I forgot to purchase the skills, you know, to actually allow me to like go to 300, but I did, because all we need is this, the Filet of Red Gill, and eventually we'll buy a different recipe. But so, Alfred, how was your day? What did you do today? Anything special? What about you, Enthusiastic Panda? I imagine that if you ask me why, if I'm a Star Wars fan, I probably assume that you are one yourself. Am I right? Oh god, my cousin is in it. Oh, nice. How's the cousin doing? They're doing good? You know that I never played this kind of stuff my entire life, like online shooters, whatever, except, oh shit, I flew at the wrong place. I'm so stupid.
Yo! Hurry back!
Awesome. I'm glad to hear they're good. Oh yes, absolutely. The little houses on Tatooine and stuff like that. Yeah, that's true. It has that vibe for sure. Yeah, that's actually cool. I never thought about it. But now, every single time I'm gonna go in Teneris, I'm gonna remember exactly that comment that you just mentioned about how it reminds you of Star Wars. I absolutely agree. Tatooine vibe, yeah. Yeah, like, the only time ever in my life that I played online first-person shooter, I think it was Call of Duty, and it was at your place. We were in your basement, and we were playing online stuff, and I sucked so freaking bad. Like, you probably remember. It's like, I think it was the time before we were playing zombies. Like, you were even younger than that, but I've never played online shooter and like all that stuff except with you. It's the only time in my life that I did this. But I know there's like a ranking system, right, in COD as well? Am I wrong? Are you playing in a kind of like ranking environment or something like that when you play with like the friends and cousins and stuff? Thanks. Of course, of everything that, of all the things that I said, the only thing you had to point out in all of my sentences was how bad I was. I'm glad you saw the opportunity and did not miss your chance to remind me of how shitty I was. It's a hidden ranking? Okay. Skill-based matchmaking. Alright. So is there a way to kind of like know and understand your growth? So like, for example, when you play with like you know, your friends and cousins and like whatever, is there a kind of equivalence that you could tell me that would relate to like WoW ranking? Like, would you play at something that's the equivalent of 1600, 1800, 2K, 2.3, 3K, whatever? Like, is there some kind of level that you can give me as a reference? Or is it really so different that you can't really... If you have better stats, you'll play with better lobbies. Okay. So better stats, I'm assuming stuff like death versus kills and maybe like aim and stuff like that. $2K 2.2. Wow, damn, that's awesome, man. You're a natural. That's so cool. Do you get like, could you get like in-game rewards? Or I know that they used to kind of like have like cosmetics rewards. And what is it still the game? Is it still there? Yes, enthusiastic. I'm listening. By the way, enthusiastic panda, one question I need to ask you is how did you get to call yourself that way? I'm really curious. Last call I played was like from like 10 years ago. Yeah, that's the one we played together, I think. So yeah, I bet you were really rusty. This year I dropped Time Lost Proto Drake and lost like 8 hours a day in 5 days. What do you mean you lost 8 hours a day in 5 days? Oh, like you spent 8 hours a day for 5 days in a row to be able to get that mount? Yeah. Waiting. Damn. Oh, because it's like a world drop. Right? Ooh, man, that is, we were talking about dedication earlier. That's dedication right there. There were a few mounts that I really liked in retail that I was kind of like, oh, maybe I'm gonna try. Yeah, oh my god, man, that's insane. And spawning the other air, yeah, that's just like, I used to have this. I used to be like, hey, like I like the you know, like the what's it called, like there was like a really cool mount that patrols in Deep Home. It's like a flying dragon that has like gems and stuff like on it. It's a really cool mount and a very unique look. And I was kind of like, oh, chat, we're doing this, you know, with the amount of time that the Horde did that to me. We are absolutely tearing this dude apart. Look at that. World PvP at its finest. Oh shit, he's actually gonna live. Fuck it. Nipsey stopwatch. I don't care. I don't care. You're dead. I don't care what you think. You die right here. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, exactly. The Cataclysm mount. It's I don't know what it's called, but I used to I like that mount because the skin of the mount, like the looks of the mount, is actually very unique. And I think it's like one of the unique ones in the game or something. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, all that to say that I've always wanted to give it a try. And it's one of these mounts like you just said, right? It's like a respawn time between 2 to 8 hours, and it's very long and it's uncertain and like whatever. And I tried it once, and I think after 1 hour I was just like, yeah, nope, not happening, I'm leaving. I lasted 1 hour and then I just stopped. Just like, nope, not for me. I don't mind running the same dungeon 16,000 million times, or same raid 16,000 times to get something, but to wait in the outside world at the random drop rate for hours, forget it. I just can't. It's you need to have a particular kind of patience to be able to do that. And I'm lucky for you, you have the capacity to do it, because I absolutely don't. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm the same as you. I saw the character that was leveling, so imagine it was impossible to kill, and he kills me after 2 shots. Ooh, damn. Yep. Oh, that sucks when you see these things and like whatever, and then you're just like, damn, but I can't kill it because I'm too low and it's gonna own me. It's like, it's there. It's like one of the chance of a lifetime to be able to get the mount, and then you just can't because like it just doesn't drop. It doesn't happen. Oh, this hunter is dead, chat. This hunter is dead. Oh, look at how powerful I am attacking lobies like this. Yes. This is what they deserve. Hey, you're not dead. You think you're gonna... He thought he would fool me, chat. Me. Pff. Pff. Poor guy. Yeah, but you know, I don't think you were there when we were talking earlier about that's exactly the way that the Horde has been treating me my entire leveling thing. So now I do have a vendetta against them, and now I'm just enacting revenge. But the thing is, I actually have no gear because I purchased... I think that, yeah, exactly. Everybody knows that feeling, like, you know. I don't know if you were there, Enthusiastic Panda, when that happened. I think you were there, but I know that for Alfred and maybe Medigus out there, it's like I literally purchased this to look like this during my stream. Like, this is not like, obviously, look at how the amount of gear I'm actually missing. Like, all of my gear is just like, it's all here. So I have so much piece of gear missing in order to look like this for fishing. I wanted to look like a badass retired like Navy officer, you know, naval officer that just retired, spending day fishing in his pink magenta shirt. And I was like, yeah, that's the vibe that I want for my character. So now I'm running around with no gear. So even lobies, I'm actually not even one-shotting them. Okay, this is the place, chat. This is where it's happening. This is where we fish our... Oh, okay, we have a cool spot to do it. We have a cool spot. Look at this. Oh, isn't this the greatest spot ever to fish? Okay, so first of all, what we want is... We want a screenshot. Oh, you see another dude is definitely doing that thing. So first of all, we want a screenshot of the place. Sprint screen already, all that for the guide online. Yeah, exactly. I'll just like smack him with the fishing rod. Okay, and now what we want is a picture of us fishing in this spot. And I think I'm gonna take it from this angle because this kind of looks nice, you know, with the trees in the background and all of that stuff. You know, with the bridge there. Oh, that's actually a really cool shot. I really like this. Okay. So let's do it. Behind the thing. And... Alright. Say, hello mom, I'm on TV. Okay, just to make sure we get it, I'm gonna put some night crawlers on my fishing rod. Okay, so the fish we're looking for, chat, is in Classic. I play Horde side with the most cool race. Can you guess what race it is? Oh my god. Are you gonna tell me? Okay, oh no, you're playing Reed. Oh, you in Classic. Okay. Yeah, it has to be Tauren. It has to. Nope. Okay, give us which class do you play first, and then we're gonna guess from there. Well, we know it's not druid because you're not playing Tauren. Mage. Ooh, well, now you're throwing us a curveball here, bro.
Don't be afraid to borrow.
Undead. I could be undead. I'm gonna go with troll.
Tiny things.
Damn, Alfred he nailed it. The undead. Okay, what's even the name of the fish that we need? Ferelas ahi. Okay, we're looking for the Ferelas ahi. Like what? Sorry, I don't mean to sound mean, but what do you think it's cool about the undead? Like, it's never been a class that resonated, a race that resonated with me whatsoever. So, what is the thing you like about undead?
Or borrowing something that I heard.
That's true. That is true. They are pretty unique.
And I used to, because I thought it was not original enough.
Oh, it's fast? Cool. Like, glad to know. Because I was like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be sitting here trying that thing. So I'm happy to hear that it's fast. It's an immortal race, I guess. Oh, hey, you're right. I actually got it already. You're like literally sitting there in the chat being like, hey, that fishing quest is really fast. And next thing you know, like I'm actually here like getting it next loot right here. Ferelas ahi. There you go. All right.
So once you get over that, sounding good is easy.
All right, so we're off to the other place. Yes, the slash dance is cool for sure. Okay, so let me ask you guys a question then.
And pretend
And
like it's yours.
for those who get to know me, you'll know that I love these kinds of questions. Like I live to ask these kinds of questions to people. If you would get to choose, you could play for the rest of your life. You can only play one race in World of Warcraft. What would it be? If you pick any of the race, you literally implode and disappear into a vortex of black hole energy. You only pick one race to play for the rest of your WoW life. What would it be? I did that quest in March and lost most of the time from the mission traveling. Yeah. Let's do any. Let's do any. Not just retail, not just classic. Any that you want. Any that you could.
And also,
You'd be undead, yeah?
leave like a little note saying thank you very much for what you've done.
That's a good choice, and it has it's like one of the classic race too, you know. Human for sure. I had a feeling you'd choose that. Why undead and why human? Is it just for aesthetics purely, just because they look the best for you for you?
But if you listen enough, you start to pick up on the
Aww, such a cute love story. I love it. Just when you have something that just, you know, like resonates with you so much and it calls to you. You felt like the moment you started playing WoW, you felt called to play an undead, man. You just listen to these callings and follow your intuitions, you know? It's very important. One thing that my fiance keeps reminding me to do, and she's very good at doing it. So I'm trying to learn to embody that better and better.
If I do this and I do this, it'll sound new enough.
Following your intuition and follow when you have a calling for something. The starting zones are so good. Yeah, you know what? I did level an undead like a lot of times. Like different times in my 15 years playing the game. But actually I need to buy something here at some point. I'm gonna go buy it now. And it's true, I really like the starting zone for undead. I really like it, and I like that it's alone. It's not like two zones put together as you know, like the dwarfing gnomes and the orcs and trolls. And for Alfred, it's the PvP ratio They look pretty good too. Yeah, I mean, they definitely do. It's definitely the most familiar form that we know. And yeah, PvP racial, it's like you never go wrong with human. Pretty much any expansion or like whatever, you know you can do good with human PvP racial, except when that PvP racial did not exist, like in... I'm pretty sure Every Man for Himself did not exist in vanilla, and I don't think it existed in TBC either. You had perception, the thing that allows you to see stealth, is basically the racial that you had. I think that the Every Man for Himself started in Wrath of the Lich King. I think. I'm really, don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm not sure which one would I pick. I always love Night Elves. I've always, like, if the first kind of like few characters and stuff that I did, I always like to level a Night Elf. I even had like my Night Elf Priest and like all that stuff. So I don't know, I've always had a thing for Night Elves in the game. But yeah, like it's just that dwarfs, like the Dwarf Priest and the Dark Iron Dwarf eventually, they kind of became like most like people that play with me all the time, like Alfred and other of my friends are like whatever, they just associate me with like dwarf. So I feel like dwarves have become kind of like my trademark, but it's not necessarily because they're my favorite. It's just because like they were just really good. Their racials were very good for PvP, or like Fear Ward in vanilla and like all of that stuff. But I went, oh my god, are you kidding me? WoW Classic with Demon Hunter would be an absolute broken game. Like you have both, like all classes in vanilla WoW. When you play in vanilla WoW, particularly in PvP, all classes feel like this. This is what vanilla WoW PvP feels like. Ready? It feels like this. This is how WoW, classic WoW PvP feels like. You know? And then you get hit 2 times and you die. Could you imagine the Demon Hunter that would just freaking blink, jump, double thing, dash, whatever, everywhere? It's just like, dude, like nobody will ever be able to touch you. Yeah, I really like the aesthetics and the looks and everything of the Demon Hunter. Actually, like I had one, I leveled it to Alfred played a Demon Hunter. We played Demon Hunter Mistweaver until 2K rating in Arena. I always like the looks and the spells and the effects and everything of the Demon Hunter, and I like classes that just like jump and run everywhere and do like all that kind of stuff. I've always liked that. But I don't know. Oh, screw it, chat. I'm jumping here. Screw it. I think it's gonna be quicker. Let's see if it's gonna be quicker actually. In retail PvP, all classes can heal a sword skill 1%. Yes. Yes, I actually really love the lore behind the DH. It's like I'm a lore guy. One of the things that keeps me hooked to World of Warcraft in general is the lore. I'm a huge lore geek and WoW in general. And you're right, the DH lore is actually pretty awesome. Yeah, it's, man, honest to God, like we played all, like Alfred and I all the way to like 2.4k, you know, and like basically almost 2.4, 2.1 in threes. And yeah, it's just like you have classes, like the best example I always give is like mages. Like mages is meant, the class is meant to be very, very, very squishy, and your survivability depends on how well you can kite. But now in retail WoW, it's like mages are literally more or tankier than tanks. Like you queue like as a protection warrior in arena, and you're gonna die faster than a mage because he has freaking 10,000 barriers and self-healing and like all that stuff. And it's just like, dude, come on, like you have to be kidding me. Actually, that's one of the things that I really ended up like really not liking in modern WoW and retail WoW was like all the self-healing, so many defensives, so many whatever. It's like everybody has everything to be able to survive like all the time, and at some point it's just like, come on, man, way too much. Okay, we need to find someone called Viviana. So target Viviana. Oh, right there. And we need to purchase a recipe called baked salmon. So we're gonna learn how to cook salmon, chat.
Hello.
And why is there so much? Okay, anyway, that's the only one we need. Let me confirm. Let me verify my guide. Yep. That's the only one we need. So now I'm just gonna take my my iconic picture. Thing. Let me set it up nicely for us. And yes, for those who are wondering, I'm actually gonna show you after, but it's kind of a funny story. I did that the first time that I tried to take that picture. It's kind of like ridiculous, but whatever. I decided that I needed to like change that, but whatever. All right, so slash point. Okay, like this. Ready, print screen. All right, that should work. So look at that. Last time, the first time I wanted to take a picture. Okay, the first time I wanted to take a picture, I was like this or something like that, and it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do like slash point, you know, like in the chat. And look at my dude. It literally looks like if I'm a little bit closer, like this or something. Like because I'm a dwarf, it looks like I'm literally like slapping her ass. Or I think it was like this or something. You know, and then it's like it looks like I'm sticking my finger in her butt or something. So it's kind of like, after that I made it a thing that every time I take the picture I need to be elevated somewhere like this, or else it just looks like a weird like sexual assault that I'm doing on the character, you know. So I'm like, no, okay, I'm not gonna put pictures of stuff like that online for people to kind of like have the wrong ideas. So I'm going to try to make sure to make it as friendly as possible by making a dwarf being more elevated when I take these pictures. Okay, so we bought what we needed, and now we're on our way to Desolus. The phase now is not as cancerous as Corruption verse, where everybody was unkillable. I don't know what is right now. Yeah, the last expansion, I can't remember the name. The last expansion was BFA. But no, dude, you're absolutely right. Like, it was so bad. Like, right now it's like things, but I think like from what I've heard, like people that maybe you folks actually like played, you know, like retail and like whatever, but it's like sometimes it said like it kind of fell between two extremes. Like because of corruption and stackable versatility, people were like unkillable, except if you were like a Destrolog, then you could like two-shot people. But like everything was unkillable, and then Shadowlands came out, and when Shadowlands came out, it's like everything was just dying too quickly, and there was like, as a healer, there was like barely anything you could do. There was like no way to be able to save your team. So it literally went from like one extreme to the other, and you just had to like suck it up. Yeah, people still like that better. People seem to, like, when I look at like streamers and other people that do PvP, they tend to like just prefer the gameplay that it's like very fast. Sometimes it might feel a little overwhelming, but they would prefer having very fast game, high pace, quick stuff than like long drawn out games of people that just don't die. I think like most people would tend to agree with you, Alfred, that like they prefer the pace of the current meta in Shadowlands. Yeah. Fortunately, I stopped being able to, before being able to attest to that, but when I looked at some, you know, like look at like the street, the Sea-Doos, the Absterge, the other people out there, and the other people that I follow that like are playing Priest as main, and they were just saying stuff like, dude, like there's like there's nothing to do. Like you can be literally the best healer in the game, have all of your cooldowns available and whatever, and then when that stuff happens, you just die and there's nothing you can do, and you're just completely powerless, like whatever. And I was just like, oh my god, I'm so happy I stopped. Like that's the first thing that came to mind when stuff like that happened. That's very true. I think from the from the DPS perspective, it's definitely like fun when you play and you feel like you're actually doing damage, because that's the goal. Like as you play DPS, your goal is to do damage. So when you feel like you're doing damage, obviously it's gonna be like the best thing. But I'm wondering how it felt for a lot of healers. But a lot of the healers, like the old school healers, like the you know, like the Sea-Doo and like all the old timers and like whatever, they still preferred the high damage game, you know. Yeah. How is it healing as a Resto Shaman? I feel like Resto Shaman haven't been in a good place since the beginning of Shadowlands, so it was eye octane. Yeah, I bet, man. I remember when you were watching our gameplay of playing against Holy Priest, like Locke and stuff. You're just like, dude, I didn't know it was as high octane to heal as Holy Priest in these games and like whatever. I remember you telling me that, so I'm happy you got to experience that in Shadowlands. The high octane healing. It's cool though. It makes you know, it's part of the thing that makes the game fun. When it's too easy and it's like no competition. Like when we're playing DH Mistweaver, when it was like super OP, like the moment we got 2k, we just switched to another comp, because it was just like, okay dude, like we got our 2k, but it was kind of like boring to play, and now let's just play the stuff we actually want to, you know. Makes a huge difference. Actually, I was telling on stream like the other day, or like I think it was last week or something like that. I was telling people like about Arena, and like how I kind of like started in Arena and how it happened and like whatever. And I'll always remember the first time I ever did Arena in my life. It was with you and Steve, and it was Wrath of the Lich King. You were playing Red Pally and he was playing DK, and I was playing Discipline Priest, because Discipline Priest was really good in Raid. And I'll always remember, I had no idea what I was doing. I was still pretty much a noob at the game at that time, and the only advice that you guys gave me, the only thing you told me to do, and for me that was my experience, my first experience ever doing PvP, was you run to the closest pillar and you run around the pillar, and the goal is for you to live longer than the enemy healer. If they kill you first, we lose. If we kill them first, we win. So the only thing you do is find yourself a pillar and just run around it all game until we kill their healer. So my experience, my first experience ever stepping into an arena for whenever we played at that time together, for me, PvP was running around a pillar. That's what it was. And I'll always remember that. Simpler time. Yeah. Definitely simpler times. I think that I saw Steve logged in Classic WoW. Probably like see, he was online. I know you can't see it right now, but he was online an hour ago. I think he's leveling. He's prepping for TBC. Exactly, no strategy, just lives. Like, we zog their healer, they're gonna zog you. No strategy, just survive for as long as you can. Pop all of your cooldowns, we don't care, just live longer than they do, and then we're fine. And after that experience, he's pumped for TBC. Yeah, I'm sure he is. So after that experience, you know, in that I had with you guys in Wrath of the Lich King, I basically never played PvP again until you and I tried to push for rating in Legion. So my run around a pillar didn't seem to have been a great experience for me because I basically didn't stop for basically I didn't play PvP for basically 4 expansions after that. Enthusiastic Panda, are you still around? Because I remember, maybe you missed the question earlier, but I'm actually really curious. How did you, how did you find the name? Again, if you're still around, like, awesome. How did you end up calling yourself Enthusiastic Panda? Is that also your name in the game? Tell us a little bit of that story. Dude, I'm actually so pumped for you guys to see my logo, like, whenever it's gonna be ready. It's like one of the things I'm the most excited about, like, kind of like lately and stuff, about like the build, like whatever, is like is to for you to like do the logo and like whatever. And I want to take like the logo, like, I'm not gonna, I want to keep it a surprise. I'm gonna tell much about it, but like I want to make it so that the logo, they would like, so the logo would be done, just be like a static thing. But then I want to find a way to kind of like find an animation that would be my opening page for my YouTube, my opening kind of like introduction to my YouTube videos. So there would be like an animation, like whatever that happens, and then a kind of like explosion of like light, because I'm a priest, right? Like the explosion of light, and then poof, it would like be like my logo, and they would say like Fugeki, and all of my videos are gonna start with that same introduction that is gonna have like my logo that's gonna be like right there. And I'm just so pumped to like imagine that and like make it happen and like whatever. So Fugeki. All right, chat. So this is where we farm our next fish. I can't wait to show it to you folks. All right, so let's sprint this. Okay, what's a good angle for the? I kind of like the angle of like Lost in the Horizon. All right, I like that. A mix of your own personal feelings of excitement to stream and just Panda, one of the really cool races in the game. A cool name for a channel with a panda fishing. That's very true. That's very true. I like that. A lot of creativity there. Definitely down my alley. I love that kind of stuff. All right, so let's take a picture for the guide online, you know. Is this angle better? Is this angle better for a picture, chat? What do you think? Do you prefer this one, or do we prefer this one from behind that I just did? Or do we like this one? The one from behind was better, right? I searched for a synonym of excited, and I saw enthusiastic was so good. Yeah, I like it. It is a very good name. It's very visual as well, you know, like. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm here, but see, that's the thing, like, when I see your name, like, I can picture it. I can picture like a really enthusiastic panda. You know, there's like a visual image that's attached to it that I think is really cool. I like that. And thank you for your input, Alfred. I agree with you. I think I prefer the looks from behind as well. It's like staring into the horizons and the star and everything. There's just more of a vibe to it, you know? So by the way, stream is like stream is gonna end whenever I'm gonna get this fish, which according to Enthusiastic Panda shouldn't take me that long. But after that happens, the stream is gonna end at, it's supposed to end at 12, but I'm just gonna end whenever I get the right fish. And then we're gonna continue to do the next 2 spots that we have to go to fish the rare fish and like whatever. We're gonna do that tomorrow night, and that would probably like make us finish the quest like all together. So I have a cool transmog on my panda, but I'm trying to do a better fishing transmog to my stream. Yeah, dude, look at me. Like, look at that. Fishing transmog 101. Like, fishing transmog 101. Like, you cannot, like, to do the fishing stream, you need to have the looks. You know, it's not just important. It's not just important that you fish. It's not just important that you show that you show up, that you do it. It's that you look cool doing it. You know, it's like imagine if you'd be like the best arena player in the world, or imagine if you would fish 20 mounts of the rare mounts that you have. Like next stream you fish 20 mounts, but then you look like crap doing it. Like, what's the point of even getting the mount if you don't look good doing it, you know? Simple and elegant. Exactly. Oh, I like the song. Good stuff. We got it. We got it. Man, you were right, Enthusiastic Panda. This is actually like, this quest is actually going very, very, very quickly. This is awesome. Look at that, chat. Last final shot of this dwarf. The last final shot of my dwarf you're gonna get for tonight. Look at this beauty. Look at how incredibly beautiful this magnificent piece of art this is. This is incredible. Alright, chat. GG's. This is gonna do it for me tonight. Thanks for everyone for showing up. Really appreciate it. Like, really cool conversation. Alfred popping into the stream, you know, like, long-time arena partner, best man at the wedding, you know, like, thanks for your support, really appreciate it. Enthusiastic Panda, second raid, man, second raid with like some viewers, really appreciate that. It actually means a lot. I'll definitely pop into your stream, try to follow, you know, like follow you back, try to like see it live to get this animation and like all of that stuff, you know. So thank you very much. I know that Medigus was also there for a big part of the stream. I know he's watching right now as well, but he's very like silent in the chat. So thank you for being there. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. Two cool turtles and so, oh man, listen, you are the fishing stream. You, like, for me, when I think about a fishing stream, I cannot, like, you're the one I think about, you know. Like, if ever I want to see fishing stream, I'm definitely coming down to see you, like, and see your reactions as you capture the mounts and like all that stuff. Like, I'm really excited. So I'll try to get on tomorrow. I'll try to catch you tomorrow and send you a follow there to look at your really cool animations. But for everybody else, in 12 to 14 hours. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for telling me that. So for all the rest, for all the other people out there, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the follow. It's so amazing. I'm really happy to be doing this, and I'm happy to see the stream is growing. Make sure that you check out the YouTube channel as well. Like, if you can. If you exclamation mark info in the chat, you have access to an introductory video to what my channel is going to be about. I'm finishing the script for my T video that I'm going to do, and I'm going to be recording the video and maybe doing the video editing. So maybe I hope it's going to be out, if not by the end of this week, maybe like middle way to half week. And whenever I'm going to get my logo, I'm going to put it on all my videos and doing all that stuff. So it's really cool stuff upcoming, and new content, non-WoW content, also going to get on the channel on YouTube. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. And if not, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And I will catch you tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. if you can make it. So thank you and have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care.